Using the lighted cast, she spurred her horse closer to the narrowing river's edge, following it until it bent between two hills. Once the river had been wider, cutting a gorge into the hillside, now artfully hidden by overhanging trees. Behind her, she saw more torches being lit as the company followed her into the ravine, descending gradually until the sky disappeared. The path to the city twisted and turned, with many false trails to waylay travelers. They soon emerged into a large cave, where a pair of armed guards awaited them. Other rangers were placed at strategic points on the plains above, keeping a watchful eye on the area surrounding this entrance. These two, a man and a woman, knelt when they saw Winter. "Welcome home, your majesty," the woman said. Home. Adamora was not her home, no more than the Rodeny city of Izet had been when she had been an unwilling guest there, and no more than her hometown of Prana was, now that the tiellan population had fled the prejudice and dangerous arrogance of their former human neighbors. Home had little meaning for her these days, especially when, at the heart of Adamora, a demon was lurking. Leaving her commanders to see to the disbanding of the company, and gladly relinquishing the bloody head to Urstadt's care, Winter wound her way on foot through the busy city, dodging the attention of her fellow warriors, rangers and clanspeople both. Whereas on the surface Adamora was silent and sparsely populated, below ground it teemed with life, lit by torches and natural light wells. The 1,000 or so tiellans who called Adamora home had carved their homes out of the underground rock. Now that the day was drawing to a close, traders were packing away their goods, calling out to passers-by in the hope of one last sale. Children darted past her in a complicated game. She refused to wear a crown or change her wardrobe, and her lean, powerfully built frame looked like any ranger's. If anyone noticed Winter, she was just another returning soldier. Without her army, nobody recognized her. The rock dwellings were mostly small, tightly packed affairs, and the one she sought was no exception. But neither the tiellan inhabitant nor the demon he allowed to share his body was of this city. Gian answered his door with a smile, as if there were no enmity between them, and nodded her toward a seat at the small table at the center of the room. As the leader of the Druids of Senest, he had been one of the few newcomers to procure a place below ground. The rest of the refugees Winter had brought from Senest, Druids and Rangers alike, camped above ground, either in the meager huts that made up Adamora's above-ground facade, or in tents surrounding them. Gian had retreated from his old companions since Winter had been declared queen. Many would have put this down to thwarted ambition. Winter knew better. Inside Gian, another presence lived, the demon Azael, the Fear Lord. "What news do you have for me, Gian?" Winter asked. "News? I'm afraid there is not much to speak of. The cracked spear—" Winter waved a hand. "Their missives have followed me into battle and back out again. I don't need to hear any more about the cracked spear and their trade arrangements." The cracked spear had led the tiellan clans until Winter wrested power from them. They liked to pretend they still had a say, but Winter did not care for pretense. "Tell me about you, Gian. About Azael." Gian shrugged. "Even if I knew, you wouldn't tell me," Winter finished for him. "You do this every time. You insist on your inability to communicate with me until suddenly you speak up. Can we just skip to that part this time? I've had a long day, and I still have blood on my clothes. I'd like to get cleaned up." "Blood on your clothes?" Gian's eyes rested on Winter thoughtfully. Something in Gian's demeanor shifted. An image flashed in Winter's mind. A black skull, wreathed in black flame. "You cannot escape blood," Gian said with the skull's dead smile. Fear closed in on her, but she pushed it away. Burning skull or not, she had a duty to her people. "Why are you here with us? Why did you choose Gian?" "Because you refused me." Something about his voice had changed, or his choice of words. Winter was now speaking with Azael, the fear.